Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining with us today. Um, and we are here to talk about a very timely topic because, as we know, we still have a lot of temporary residents within the country who are looking for PR pathways. As 2025 has not been a very good year in terms of people coming in, new people coming into Canada, as well as in terms of PR. We are more enthusiastic about what's going to come up in 2026 and what has already happened, uh, taken place for these 2.5 months. Yeah, almost 2.5 months that we have spent in during this year. So that's what we will be talking about today. Um, and as we know, uh, most of our looking at the participants who joined this webinar series, most of you are um, people who have come on study permit and then have obtained your work permits. And now, after gaining some Canadian work experience, you are looking for your PR prospects. Also, we have some candidates who have come with work permits directly under LMIS in most cases, and who are coming to coming closer to the expiry of their current permits and now looking for prospects in terms of applying for PR so they can stay in the country permanently. So, this is what we will be talking about. What are the changes introduced so far for 2026? And I think in our last webinar, we talked about the immigration levels plan. So, we talked about what kind of allocations uh, they gave for 2026 and 2027 in terms of different uh, different pathways of permanent residency. So I did not really include that part because for those who are joining for this today, who have joined the previous webinar, it will be a repetition. So we will talk about uh, different categories and see what has happened this year and what we can expect going forward. Okay, so the most popular process that we look into is the express entry, so which is also the fastest. So it's a application process introduced for skilled immigrants. So you have to have some skilled work experience in this case, who would look into join the Canadian permanent residency. So these are the four programs that are coming under Express Entry: Federal Skilled Worker, Canadian Experience Class, Federal Skilled Trades, and Provisional Nomination Programs. So let's talk about these programs one by one. The first one, FSW, the Federal Skilled Worker Program. For this one, now I have listed down here the minimum requirements um, to uh, to become eligible under federal skilled workers. So here, minimum 1 year experience in a tier 0, 1, 2, or 3 job. So that's what we call as the mm, skilled work, and then a language score of CLB 7 minimum, completed certificate, diploma, or degree from a secondary institution. So you have to have in some cases you have to have post secondary qualifications. In certain cases you have to have only secondary high school qualification. So what I have listed down is for the FSW in general. Okay, but when you go into the different ones, then again there are certain differences here. So if your highest qualification is a non-Canadian one, then you need to do an educational credential assessment. There are some third-party organizations carrying out that. Most popular one among our uh, clients is the WES, the World Education Services. So you have to get the ECA certificate to assess your qualifications based on Canadian standards. So, in terms of federal skilled workers nowadays, because especially after COVID, the pool became very competitive. So, after that, we don't see much like open federal skilled worker draws happening. Because if that is to occur, it's going to be a very high cutoff score because there's so much competition in the express entry pool right now. So that's why lately we've been only seeing the category based, so which means like targeted draws in place under the federal skilled worker. So there are a series of categories they have introduced. So this year they introduced some new categories as well. So this is the full list. French language proficiency, healthcare and social services occupations. So how you know whether your job uh, your knock code rather comes under any of these things is you have to search for this program and then you have to go inside and they have listed down all the knock codes on the website. So if you say healthcare, so there are so many healthcare related um, knock codes they have listed down. So knock categories they have listed down. So if you are falling into one of those, you might have a chance to the healthcare and social services category. That's how it works. And then the STEM occupations, science, technology, engineering, and math. Trades occupations. We do have a separate program for trades as well called Federal Skilled Trades, but also they have the trades occupations coming under category based selections as well. And education occupations, that's a very popular one these days. I'll talk about these most popular categories separately. And then transport occupations, this was there in the category based list some time back, and then they removed it. And then they introduced it back this year. And also physicians with Canadian work experience, senior managers with Canadian work experience, researchers with Canadian work experience, skilled military recruits. So these last five categories were introduced recently, and we have already had two draws under this. So with these new additions, we previously had a category called agriculture and agri-food category that they have removed, and it's no more in the category-based selection. So let's go into healthcare occupations. So under this, I've just given like few for you to have an idea, like family physicians, dentists, nurses, medical laboratory technicians, technologists, optometrists, and so many more occupations are coming under this one. So if you think that uh, your job comes under this category based healthcare, then you can go into the website and check, as I said, then you will know exactly uh, then you will know exactly whether you qualify under this healthcare occupation. So how you fulfill the minimum requirements for this one is at least 6 months full-time continuous work experience in one of these listed occupations. The good thing is it could be in Canada or it could be outside of Canada also. Like if you're from Sri Lanka, if you carry some work experience in one of these knock codes in Sri Lanka and you fulfill also something else you should be looking into would be the knock description. So if you go into the knock website, National Occupation Categories website, and go into the knock description, then you see what are the minimum qualifications you need to have in order to be eligible to be considered under that particular knock. So if you have that qualifications and on top of that qualifications you have 6 months of work experience, then you might qualify under this one. And then the STEM, that's like for occupations such as architects, business system specialists, civil engineers, computer engineers, web designers, IS specialists, mathematicians, statisticians, actuaries, and a lot of other occupations are coming under this. The same condition applies here, at least 6 months of full-time work experience, which has to be continuous, and it could be back again in Canada or abroad. Then the trade occupations that are coming under the category based: mechanics, carpenters, plumbers, welders, electricians, and a lot more again, with 6 months of full-time continuous work experience. So for the new categories that were added, like these are some very specific skills that they recognize as required for the Canadian economic growth. So the first one, medical doctors, physicians with Canadian work experience. So using the term that Canadian work experience. So that's a little bit of a tough one to get. But if you are already in Canada practicing as a physician, so you will have a chance, and you will be surprised to see what happened in the first draw. I'll show you in a little bit. And then researchers, individuals with Canadian work experience. So those who are into research-related occupations, back again with some Canadian work experience. So senior managers, managers in sectors like construction, transport, health, education, and finance, and certain other sectors as well we saw. They had a draw already for this one as well. And then the transport occupations such as pilots, aircrafts, mechanics, and inspectors, and skilled military recruits. So don't know whether it's because of the situation going on in the world. So they introduced this one: foreign nationals with 10 plus years of experience in the military service and a job offer from a Canadian Armed Forces will be also considered under this category. So as you see, this is a very specialized, bunch of occupations that they're looking into. But if you fall into any of these, now when you say senior managers, um, if you have been in touch with the the PR system, we have something called a NOC 00 major group, right? So that's basically this one, the senior managers. They are the people who fall under the NOC 00 major group. Previously, when they had points given for the LMIAs, that NOC 00 major group LMIAs used to get 200 points. And whereas all the other LMIAs were offered 50 points. So this is that NOC 00 major group they've included here.